Hi, my name is Kristal, and I'd like to share a little bit about my journey with the disease of obesity. And first, that means I am a person with the disease of obesity. I am not an obese person because obesity does not define who I am as a human. This is a lifelong chronic disease, something I've struggled with since adolescence and will continue to struggle with on a daily basis for the rest of my life. I think the most challenging part about being a patient with obesity is the judgment that we face from our friends, family, the broader population, and even our own healthcare professionals. With me, one of the most detrimental judgments that I faced was from my own healthcare professional. My primary care physician said, "You're young, you're healthy, you're smart, you're educated, you're in the medical field. You should be able to control your weight. If you would just eat a little less and walk a little more, you would be able to lose the weight." And that really hit hard for me. What I had to do is, educate myself and educate her about the chronic disease of obesity and how complicated and multifactorial that is. And I think the most helpful piece of advice that I would give for anyone on this journey is to prioritize your self-care. And what that looks like to me is prioritizing your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, finding the right healthcare professionals to help you navigate this, and finding a community of people who are going through the exact same thing so that you can find all of the support that you need. And I think what I would say too, before you judge someone by their weight, know that this is one of a few chronic diseases that actually shows on the outside. We can't hide the disease of obesity. And while choices certainly matter, we didn't choose to be obese. It is a complicated genetic and hormonal chronic disease that is multifactorial, and it is not as simple as telling someone if they could just eat a little less or walk a little bit more that they would lose weight. There is not a day that goes by that I or anyone else struggling with the chronic disease of obesity doesn't have to think about this disease, think about every piece of food that we put in our mouth, every choice that we make throughout a day, and this is a constant battle that we are facing. So if you could support, the people in your life that are challenged with the chronic disease of obesity in a non-judgmental, non-biased, non-stigmatized way, that is the best way you can show up for the humans in your life that are struggling with the disease of obesity. Thank you for letting me share my story.